Hello traders, welcome to my screen. This is Jamie over at Trade Ideas. Wanted to take a moment to show you guys a couple of really high quality opening range break setups to the upside that I was able to identify today. So a little bit about the method to the madness. I use Windows every morning to compile a fresh watch list each and every day, and typically are trying to hone in on the stocks doing incredibly large amounts of volume. So CPOP, first example that we have here today, a nice tight opening range break to the upside. And you can see I've already marked off all the levels here. So this one right here, this candle is the opening 15-minute candle. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six, about an hour and a half of sideways movement. And then right here, about an hour and a half into the open, we get the break from the previous highs right here. We can see that was a big push. As soon as this guy popped through that level, never really looked back, and then we had a nice grind higher. So keep in mind that entry signal came about, we'll just call it 375. Never looked back, and before this little guy was done, we were up to the 8, almost $9 level. So we can see the entry level right here, about the 375 mark. How would I have assessed my risk or maintained my risk here? Well, it's pretty simple. The prior 15-minute candle low. So I've already went ahead and dropped a line right there. You can see right here, that is my risk area. And look at the size of that risk area in comparison to the reward area, which was pretty massive. So once again, just to refresh those numbers, let's just go ahead and round it up to 380. Risk level was about 80 cents. No, that's nothing to sneeze at, but we also have to keep in mind of the float up here on CPOP. 1.31 million shares. And in these parts, we typically call a low float or anything with a float of 20 million or less. So this one definitely qualifies for the title of a micro float. And when volume gets behind these moves and these micro floaters, you get some big moves. That's why we had such a big move from the 370, 380 level all the way up to almost $9. Now, where you get out is another story, but this guy never looked back. We had acceptable risk and we had a huge reward area here compared to the risk level. So a great little trade in CPOP today. Now the second example, not quite as much motion in the ocean on this one. We're looking at something with a 235 million share float as opposed to a million. And these setups come in all shapes and sizes. With unit here, first 15-minute candle of the open, we can clearly see for the first hour, the buyer was not relenting. But then we come up here and we get real tight in this range. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Go ahead and drop a little line right here. And this is our entry level over here. That's about 4 hours into the market. So some of these take longer than others. Also keep in mind the orange line here. That's the 15-minute, or excuse me, the 10-period moving average. And notice how it was just pretty much acting as the safety net. So we get a real tight range right here, which is good because using that prior 15-minute low as a risk would have put our risk right here. And you can see right 552, we got the break. Risk is only 553. I mean, that's a pretty low risk. It's less than a dime. And already the stock is up here flirting with the 574 level. So once again, risk is less than a dime. 550-ish is the entry level, 573. So we're up almost 2 times risk at this point in time. Once again, entry level of 553, stock topping out at 574. So risking less than a dime to get a potential of 20 cents. And of course, that's at the high. Once again, where you get out is your business. But once again, a nice tight range. We've got low risk on unit and a nice pop to the upside without really any elbows being thrown. And once again, that 10 period coming into play, which is typically when a stock is in play, the 10 period, especially on the 15-minute chart, is a really great barometer to see if that momentum is going to continue. That's about it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a great trading day, and we'll see you on the next time. Bye bye.